If you just did a BYD update and you're not able to use Apple CarPlay, this video is going to help you figure that out. So as soon as the update completed on the BYD, I was quite excited to try the wireless Apple CarPlay, but unfortunately it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. And eventually I figured out we need to reset the Bluetooth of the car along with Bluetooth of your phone or device that you're trying to pair with your car. And even after doing that, when I tried to switch on the Apple CarPlay from the car itself, it didn't work. So if you are struggling with the same, so it took me a couple of tries to find out how to enable the CarPlay in wireless mode. So to do that, disconnect your phone from your car and also disconnect the Bluetooth from your car to forget device for your car's Bluetooth. Then what you need to do is go to your phone's CarPlay settings and remove the car that it was there. And now, as you can see, available car shows as BYD. And once I do that, it shows me a pairing code, which I just allowed, and it's asking me to allow the car to be synced. And now it's asking me on the car screen, can be connected to Apple CarPlay, enable CarPlay. I just need to say yes, and there you go. You agree to a couple more conditions, and there we have it. If we turn the car off and let's turn it on again, see if it connects automatically again or not. I'm hoping it should. Yeah, it did. And I've tried everything else, like I've tried to add Apple CarPlay from my car, it didn't work. Maybe it's to do with my phone. I'm using a iPhone 11, so maybe it's to do with that, but I highly doubt it that that's the case. In the last video, I covered how we can update the software of BYD Atto 3, and I did mention I'll create another video if there are any other significant changes, but fortunately for us, there's been a couple of changes which are quite welcome, and one of them is a game changer if you ask me. And one of the subtle changes is in the traffic aware cruise control while using the steering assist. I believe it's a bit more, I think, active now. Earlier, like if there was a situation where there's a car in front of you, it moves away, and there was another car in front, the car took some time to detect there's another car, and you sometimes have to intervene to actually stop the car from abruptly braking. But in my 2 days experience with the new software, it seems to have improved quite a lot, and also it detects the car slowing down quite quickly in front of us, which is relieving us from that jerky actions from the car, which is quite good. But I think the bigger update is the ability to use our phone to locate the car, and I think that's one of the best features. And the ability to track the car is not a new feature in these cars, especially electric cars, because our Tesla had it since day one. But seeing that over-the-air software update enables BYD to do the same is quite good. I understand there's been quite a few concerns about BYD being able to access the location, and I've actually seen a couple of posts on Facebook groups where people were mentioning that, oh, does that mean that BYD would be able to track the location of where we are? And I think like Tesla is already doing it, and if you own a Google or Apple device, chances are your data is being already shared, and those companies already have access to it. So I don't understand that to be such a big deal, because we have to think about what it brings as a positive impact to us. And let me show you how it looks on the app. So as you can see, this is the car. This option of vehicle position was never there, it's just introduced. So once we click on it, it takes a couple of seconds to locate where the car's at, and you actually have an option to choose navigate to. And if you click on the map, it'll actually show you the GPS location, and it'll take this. Just allows us to always track the car, which could be helpful in scenarios where like number one, if you forgot where you parked your car, let's assume you're in a open car park, you want to find the car, you would be able to, I believe, get a general direction of where to head. And the other thing, if you let your friends or family borrow your car, you would be able to track how far they are from you, as well as, let's assume you got friends like I do, where they say one thing and do another. I have multiple instances where one of my friends borrowed my car, not Tesla, I wouldn't let them borrow my Tesla, but my Ford that I had. But they said they're going to be returning in a couple of hours.
but eventually they came back in like 4 or 5 hours. And if that happens, I would have loved that ability to see the live location of my car and to make sure that it's safe. And especially if you are, I think, using services like EV where you are renting out your cars, it's always good to have that ability as well. It's not to say that you are, I think, stalking someone or stalking the people that you rented the car to, but it's more to do with the ability to see if your car is stolen, how's it doing, and whatnot. Tesla is actually quite extensive when it comes to knowing all the things that's happening with the car. Like you literally can see if the aircon's running, what sort of music is playing, and which direction your car's heading, including assuming you put on an address in the car, and you would be able to see how much time it's going to take to the person who's driving the car to the desired location, and that sort of thing. And that's quite helpful if you think in positive sense. But if you want to take it negatively, then it's allowing people to spy on their partners or friends. Personally, I'm very glad that I'll be able to see where my car's parked, because at times I do want to know if my car's locked, or if I want to know where I actually park my car. And especially if I've parked it in a new area or unknown location, it's easier for me to just go and navigate to the car than trying to figure out what address I parked at and trying to search that address on Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever I'm using at that time. So I'm quite glad that BYD finally gave us that option. And I believe that's it for this video. And if you want to know anything about Tesla or BYD or electric cars in general, please feel free to reach out to me via comment. Thanks a lot for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.